Okay, last lecture we were discussing about, this is lecture 2, digital signal processing. In the last lecture we were discussing about the syllabus. So in digital signal processing, syllabus consists of total 8 chapters. So section 1 consists of 4 chapters and section 2 is consisting of remaining 4 chapters. So let us write down section 2. We have taken down the syllabus for section 1. So let us take down syllabus for section 2. Unit 5. Are you writing in the notebook? I hope all of you are writing in the notebook. Syllabus section 2, unit 5, FIR filter design. Number of lectures required to complete this are 7 lectures. So in that we will be looking after FIR filter design. So FIR filter design, in that we will go through introduction to FIR filters. We'll discuss upon introduction to FIR filters, comma, design of FIR filters using rectangular window, Hamming window. These are the 2 windows that we will study under design of FIR filter using windowing technique. 2 windows, rectangular, comma, Hamming window. FIR filter using frequency sampling technique. FIR filter design using frequency sampling technique. Hello. Have you taken down this Hamming window, FIR filter design using frequency sampling technique, FIR implementation techniques? This is all about section 1, unit 5. Then section 2, unit 6 is related with IR filter design. It is related with IIR filter design. So in that we will be looking into IR filter design by impulse invariance. IIR, impulse invariant technique. So impulse invariant filter design by impulse invariance technique. So this is an impulse response. Then IIR filter design by using bilinear transformation. IIR filter design by bilinear transformation, where problems are based on filter design up to third order. Problems based on filter design up to third order only. Followed by characteristics of Butterworth filter. Followed by characteristics of Butterworth filter. Characteristics of Butterworth filter. And last point of this chapter is IIR implementation techniques. Last point of this chapter is IIR implementation technique. So this is all about unit 6 IIR filter design. IIR filter design. Then moving towards unit 7, realization of digital linear systems. The unit 7, it is related with realization of digital linear system. So in this unit, we will be going through structures for realization of discrete time systems. Structures for realization of discrete time systems. Then structures for FIR filters. Structures for FIR filters. In that direct form, cascade form, and lattice structure. Direct form, cascade form, and lattice structure under FIR filters. Then next is structures for IR filters. In that we will be going through direct form, cascade form, and parallel form realization. This is all about realization of digital linear system. The last chapter of this is Unit 8, application. Unit 8, application. So application of DSP in audio processing, telecommunication, and radar signal processing. Application of DSP in audio processing, telecommunication, and radar signal processing. So this is all about syllabus. The digital signal processing consists of in total 8 chapters. Section 1 contains 4 chapters and section 2 contains remaining 4 chapters. So now we will going through we'll consider about title of the subject. What is the title of subject? This is a digital signal processing. This digital word that you are aware about, it is frequently coming as we are going, as we have studied about digital techniques and all those things. So this is, you are well aware about digital. So what is digital? Digital is nothing but it is a series of 1 and 0. The digit which are or the number which is represented by the series of digits as 0 and 1. This is typically this is represented for the values of physical quantities such as voltage, magnetic polarization, or storing information about the signal in terms of digits 0 and 1. So this is the this is very well technique in order to store the information. Then the next is digital signal. So we will be going through a signal that you have studied about. Signal, what is the definition of signal? Signal is nothing but an electric current which is used to convey the information from one place to another place. It is an electric current or voltage or electromagnetic field. This is a carrier which convey data or information from one place to another place. That is called as a signal. That is called as a signal. So signal is nothing but the information which is transferred from one media to another media or one place to another place. So there are n number of signals are present. So you might have studied the simplest form of the signal, that is DC current and AC current. So these are the simplest form of the signal, which is represented as a direct current and alternating current. And then in the last word of digital signal, processing. So processing is nothing but the operation or processes that we are performing on the data in order to extract the information by means of program. That is called as a processing. So what are the processes that you have studied? We have studied the you might have studied the convolution. So in the convolution we perform different number of operations upon the signal in order to extract the information. So those are nothing but the processing. So in total, digital signal processing digital signal processing in general, what we say that it is an specialized ICs or digital signal processors in order to perform the wide range of signal processing stuff upon the signal. So what are the different stuff that we are performing? The signal may be in the time domain or it may be a frequency domain. These are the domain where we could extract the related information of the signal. So in order to perform the different kinds of operation by means of hardware, so hardware is nothing but digital signal processors, where we can include or we can embed the or we can download the program, and with the help of this IC we can perform the information on the signal. So this is being considered under the digital signal processing. The signal which we are processing, the signal is in the digital form, and we perform the different operation on the digital signal. So throughout this subject we will be talking about throughout this subject we will be talking about the digital signal. So as the signal may be in the digital form or may be in the analog form, but specifically in this chapter we will be talking about the digital signal. So digital signal, the observation or the digital signal is analyzed in the frequency domain through a Z transform and Fourier transform. So these are the Fourier series is used for analog signal, whereas periodic signal, and when the signal is aperiodic, then we usually apply the Fourier transform. So here digital signal is aperiodic signal is considered, and we have tried to represent the signal in the frequency domain by means of Fourier transform. That we will see in the chapter number 2. So this is called as a digital signal processing, where we will be taking the signal in the digital form. We will be performing number of operation upon the signal, and by means of hardware called as a digital signal processors, DSP processors. Then here, as I have told you, we are going through different 8 chapters. So in this chapter, we will be going through a different terminologies in order to operate upon the digital signal. So the first chapter is of introduction of DSP processor. So we have seen that the DSP processor takes the signal, real world signals. What are the real world signal? Audio, video, temperature, pressure. These are the digital signals. Then these digital signals are mathematically manipulated by using digital signal processors. So what are the different mathematical functions or operations that we are performing upon the signal? Those operations are like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So this if the processor is good enough for having the good enough RAM memory, so it can perform quickly all those operations and output is available for the user. So this is what we are going through a chapter number 1 called as an introduction. Now, as I have told you that we will be now checking the signal or taking the signal from time domain to frequency domain, and here the signal is a discrete or digital signal. Now for digital signal, here in this particular topic, this signal is considered as a aperiodic signal. If the signal is aperiodic, in that case the Fourier transform can be applied, and when we perform the analysis of for the discrete signal by means of Fourier transform, then this is called as a discrete Fourier transform. So in the discrete Fourier transform, the short form of this is called as a DFT. In order to analyze the discrete signal in the frequency domain, DFT is used. So second chapter is completely taking you into a discrete Fourier transform. So so here, why we actually use the Fourier transform? As we know that convolution in the time domain, there will be a multiplication in the frequency domain. So in the convolution, the different 4 operations are involved. That is folding, multiplication, addition, and summation. So 4 different operations are involved in the convolution. So it will take the huge number of computations. So instead of going through a huge number of computation, if we convert the signal from time domain to frequency domain, there what we need to do, just we need simply perform the multiplication operation. So in order to make it convenient for the user, we are transforming signal from one domain to another domain. So here we will be studying about the Fourier discrete Fourier transform. So we'll go through this discrete Fourier transform, and then we will build the relation between DFT and Z transform, and then we will go through a properties of discrete Fourier transform called as a DFT. Then the next chapter, this is all about unit 1, unit 2. So unit 3, this is again depends upon the unit 2. Here linear filtering methods based on discrete Fourier transform that we are going to learn about. So filtering operation, because why we perform filtering upon the signal? Because signal may not be a pure signal. It may consist of some noise. Noise is nothing but high frequency signal. So that we have to remove from the signal, so that the signal will not be corrupted. So for that purpose, here the filtering operation is used. So here we will be learning about the linear filtering methods based on discrete Fourier transform or based on DFT. So here we will be actually applying DFT in the linear filtering operations. Then in the next chapter, that fast Fourier transform. So the success of Fourier, this discrete Fourier transform made it that we should go for fast Fourier transform algorithm. So here we will be going through a for DFT computation, we will be implementing two algorithm. Fast Fourier transform means it should perform or it should calculate the discrete Fourier DFT as much as fast as can. So for that purpose here, the algorithm is developed in order to find out the Fourier transform of the signal in a fast manner. So here we will be looking into two different algorithms called as a DIT, decimation in time, and second algorithm is called as a decimation in frequency, DIF algorithm. So these two algorithms we will study under FFT algorithm chapter. Then next chapter, chapter number 5 is filter. We are now going to implement the finite impulse response filter. So for discrete or digital signal, we are going to study about two different filters called as FIR filter and IR filter. If the signal is analog in nature, in that case, we have studied about Butterworth filter. Those are the analog filters by using OPAM IC that you might have studied in the previous year. The analog filters being developed by using some analog components, and those filters are Butterworth, Chebyshev elliptical filters. But now, as the signal in digital in nature, so for design of filter for digital signal, here we will study about FIR filter and IR filter. So in the FIR filter, the design techniques of the filter that we are going to study. So there are basically two design methods. First is called as a based on window design method, and second is based on the frequency sampling method. So these two methods we will be studying in this FIR filter design. And lastly, this FIR filter, what I want to tell that FIR filter where digital to digital transformation is present in the FIR filter. Digital filter, a digital signal is modeled, the filter for digital signal is modeled by using the FIR filter design. But the signal or the information is analog, and analog filter I want to design into a digital filter. In that case, the analog to digital transformation is performed via IR filter design. So IR filter design is used to convert analog filters to the digital filter, right? IR filter, basically this infinite impulse response, IIR filter, this is basically used to convert analog filter to a digital filter. So while doing this, there are different methods for implementation of IR filter called as a impulse invariant technique and bilinear transformation. So these are the two methods that we are going to study under IR filter design chapter. So this is chapter number 6, which is related with the filter design. Then chapter number 7, whatever we have designed, we should have an hardware upon which we can implement the complete setup into a IC, and for that purpose different hardware elements are required. And so here the realization of digital linear system realization in the sense that the system now we want to convert into a digital hardware. So for that purpose, design of this kind of hardware, what is required? Digital hardware implementation requires first called as a addition block, second is called as a delay block, and third one is called as a memory storage block. So these blocks are how we can implement FIR filter and IR filter into a device or into a processor. For that purpose, different structures have been given under the realization of digital system digital linear system. In this chapter, we will study about different forms of implementations, such as direct form, canonical form, cascade form, and parallel form. So these are the four different techniques which are used to realize the digital systems. And last unit is called as application unit. So in the application unit, whatever we have studied up till now, how we can apply into the real world, that we will study under this application, under this application. Next topic is we will be looking into a importance of subject in the ENTC. So digital signal processing is an important branch of electronics and telecommunication engineering. So in order to improve the reliability and accuracy of the digital communication, the digital processing is playing an important role. So in order to understand the multiple techniques for signal processing in terms of digital hardware and digital signal processing, so this understanding of this chapter is very important, and from that point of view subject is important in the electronics and telecommunication field. So these are the course outcomes called as a COs. Write down COs of your subject. So in this, there are 6 different COs that we have set. So solve problems based on correlation and DFT. The first CO we'll look into is solve the problems based on correlation and DFT. A response of the system using linear filtering. Then determine FFT of the sequence. Determine FFT of the sequence. Design FIR and IR filters using different transformation methods. Design FIR and IIR filters using different transformation methods. Realize FIR and IIR filters using different methods. Using different methods. Apply knowledge of DSP in the various applications. Apply knowledge of DSP in various applications. So these are the different points that we will be going through. The COs are course outcome. How what you are able to understand after completion of this particular course. So there are 6 COs. First is to students can able to solve the problems based on correlation and DFT. Students can able to respond, the system can compute the response of the system using linear filtering. Student can able to determine FFT of the sequence. Student can able to design FIR and IR filter using different transformation methods. Then can able to realize FIR and IR filter using different methods and apply knowledge of DSP in the various applications. So these are the outcome of this chapter. So these are the 6 outcomes. You know that ICA policy, you will have to appear for 3 ISCs. So ISC marks will be recorded separately. Then attendance your chapter test, assignment write-up, this should be completed in time. So all those carries marks in your ICA, in semester continuous assessment. So ICA consists of all those points. So understand this, and accordingly, whenever whatever things are being asked, you should immediately respond for the particular things. Okay, so this is all about the today's agenda. Okay, next lecture we'll start with chapter 1, and then we'll move towards the move through the contents of chapter 1. So with this, now today's lecture I'm going to stop.